working with technology, working with future technology. There is so much that you have done. So, sir, tell us more about it. Tell us more about your pet projects in technology. Let's start with, the virtual
Musk,
reality. Elon Musk.
So, I think after years, we are getting ready to install it in various, cities around the world.
Right.
I'm like a lone ranger carrying it. Film format is fantastic. It's been all over 100 years, and we're still seeing a rectangle, screen.
True. Yeah.
Whether it's 3D or whether it's IMAX, everything is that format.
The stationary screen
but
format.
the world, I think there's so much to move on into to make people immersive.
Yeah.
And that actually made me think, like, what if we had projectors on the right, left, center? What if the ambience of the experience is more immersive?
Yeah.
So right now it's a 37-minute film, and I just don't want to say much about it. In a couple of months, you'll know what's going to happen.
But is the output exactly as we expected? It's not as evolved as you would have liked it to be. Is that correct?
It was not on a platter. So, for films and for music and everything, there's so many people writing, softwares and technology. In this one, it was so early, like a person who did 2D filmmaking could never understand. They would do the completely things wrong.
Yeah.
And if you move the camera, you feel nauseatic. So I tested everything. I didn't know anything about the 2D filmmaking.
Right.
So now we have almost like 21 set of cameras, one for each need.
Right. Yeah.
Because this is not just a film about a storytelling. It's an experience. The experience contains scent. It contains art. It contains psychology. It contains spirituality. Everything bundled in one, where you feel like come out of the.
It transports you completely. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people actually, and I'm just going with what they said.
Yeah.
They said, can we wear this forever? I don't want to come to the real world. That kind of thing. So which is really nice.
Right. So. What other kind of future technologies are you really working with?
Okay, the next one.
Yes.
It's called Secret Mountain.
Yes.
And it's a band. In India, we don't have an international band. We had Pandit Ravi Shankar, now we have Anushka Shankar, we have Raj Zakir Hussain, and Ali Akbar Khan, all those amazing people out there. But we don't have a name which, after Jai Ho, I was more in the chill out mode than, let me conquer the world mode now. So then I felt like, when I was in LA, I felt like, why can't we form a band which is multicultural in LA? And the technology, I think, is every week there is going leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
When we started, we had so many questions. How are we going to pull it off? Now we have like probably at least 10 different ways to find things. This is not AI.
Yeah.
This is not AI. It could be AI later, but right now it's all a lot of people working on each character.
I mean, and when you say that this is not AI, there is so much more potential, right?
Yeah. See, AI is the Frankenstein of all the collective stolen knowledge from, used as training ground.
Yeah.
And people from art, people from music, it kind of takes everything and puts it in a mixie.
So tell us about, can you give us some examples of how you use AI in your work or some future technology in your work, like in terms of making film music?
Film music, the biggest blessing was internet, where you could work anywhere. We can instruct a musician or a singer on Zoom, or it used to be Skype.
Right.
Most of the work was done on Skype on Slumdog Millionaire. We were on 4 different, like London, New York,
time zones,
Bombay, and Chennai.
Yeah.
And it was only possible because of that. Yeah. Exchanging files and stuff like that. Now I think technology is helping us. There's a guidance, AI guidance in mastering now.
Yeah.
And so still, I think to do a tune, it takes a heart and a mind which is philosophical. It's got a lot of love.
That can't be replaced.
Exactly. A real musician going on stage with a guitar or a piano and singing is going to be even more valuable. So you're going to appreciate that even more.
Yeah.
Or this person is real.
Right.
Or that is generated. This is not generated.
Right.
So I feel like this is the time for musicians to go and perform.
Right.
Time for them to innovate. Time for them to reinvent what stage music is, and the way people consume music. So invest in your thoughts, in your ideas,
right?
And put it out there.
Taking the conversation further, in our country, where are we at present at the moment? How far do we have to reach to really be able to make the full and make the most of the technology that's going to come?
I think you're talking about technology. I think invest in your talent, invest in collective creations, like musical theatre, which is non-existent here, except for NMACC, where in Bombay we have they import Sound of Music and all that stuff. I think that has to take off in India, because then you're looking at real actors, real musicians, real our culture.
So we need more cultural spaces.
I think we need space. Yeah, we need spaces. We don't have that. We don't have world-class loading, and they don't. In some of the government stuff I've seen now, has a beautiful stage and audience, seats broken, of course. They don't have makeup rooms. They don't have set storage. They don't have loading. There's so many things missing because they don't have the right guidance for people to come in and tell them. And then you go there and you feel like, oh my God, it could have been so good. And I think better to take experts, guidance. We are trying to do something in Chennai with a lot of guidance from international people, from local, so that it is perfect for the younger generation to do amazing things out there.
You recreated the late musician's or a late singer's voice with the help of technology, right? Can you please tell us more about it, please?
I think I was watching some people do famous singers out on Instagram. And then when the director Aishwarya, she said, "Can we have a folk voice?" And I said, "If I wish we had a folk voice like Shravani." I said, "Whoa, why not? Now we can have it." And of course, we called the family and said, "We're doing this. Is it okay?" And they said, "Yeah, it'll be a great honor." Both the families. And then we sent the money to them so that, and it's a great way to honor people.
Yes.
Rather than just ripping off and putting something and not. Something should be given to the family because there's a legacy there for fathers.
But how hard or what was it?
It's just a training, I think, because we had vocals, unmixed vocals of previous songs. So we gave it to Chetan, who specializes in this, and he trained all this, and then he gave us back.
Wonderful. And AI being wrongly used, that's a very pertinent issue, I think.
Is.
And there is,
and that now making old actors coming so far it's been decent. I'm sure it's going to get
now it's going to be blown. It's going to get bigger now. What do you expect? What do you think?
I don't even know. I'm just nightmares. Tsunami is waiting out there. Some of the softwares they recognize famous people and they say, no, we can't use this famous person until you have permission or something. But I think there are other versions of software which says, oh, you can do actually whatever you want. We'll let you do that.
It's scary. It's a very scary situation to be in. And especially here, I think, isn't it more because we are a diverse country.
No, all over the world. Evil people are evil people, good people are good people. In my opinion, AI should be used for things where human beings have failed, or human beings are procrastinating to bring things up. Bring changes. So use it as a tool to lift humanity up, like justice system and infrastructure and education, which goes straight to the point rather than confusing.
So leave art alone.
I said use this to empower underprivileged. Give them as a tool where they can come up, learn new things and help rise the country up.
What is your wildest imagination when it comes to using AI for music? What can we create? Like something that's, anything that you have an imagination of? Anything that you think?
I was checking out last week and it is doing something, but all the stuff you've heard before. It's a combination of ideas of human beings, which is combining and then giving something. In that, maybe something, you might get some new stuff, but right now it feels like it's a poor imitation of human beings. It's not bringing something which is extraordinary to them, the table. It might get better later.